One of the bad behaviors which I have is eating out snacks and a cup of tea. One of my favorite snacks is chapatis, which I intend to quit immediately. I don't have to be eating that kind of junk food. And one thing I can tell you is that I've gone to not one restaurant, but many restaurants to find which has the best, which makes the best chapatis and a cup of tea. This morning I was watching one of the videos of Royce Losman. That's one of my favorite YouTuber currently, and this video I would recommend you go watch it for yourself. The information which you are going to get out from that video is amazing. You need to go and search Royce Losman channel, and the video title goes like, do you value yourself more than a broken MacBook? So Royce Losman is an individual who does repair, and nowadays is more concerned about the right to repair and also ownership. So he was giving his opinions on how we treat ourselves, more especially when it comes to our mental health issues. And one of the good examples which he gave, he said that in around 2011, he had some really bad issues. His relationship was breaking, his business was also going apart. His mom had killed himself. She has committed suicide. So he was in a bad situation. So he decided to go out and find a therapist. The therapist, he was paying her $150 per hour. So he spent around 550, not 550, but 750 for 5 sessions. When he emerged out of this therapist, he said it was a bad experience and he was not ready to try anymore to find another therapist. So one of the ladies who was his friend he was talking to, she told her, how many employees have you interviewed, have you employed to find the latest employee who was Steve, who he was now working with? He said, I've tried 5 employees and Steve is the final one, and this is the one individual who I am working with. And he asked him, how many therapists have you tried for, let's say, the last 3 months? He said only one. How much have you spent? His response was $750. And how many individuals have you tried to seek to employ for the last, it was like around 3 months? He said 5. How much have you spent? $15,000, more than $15,000. So this lady was kind of so kind to him. He said, then you value yourself. You value the MacBooks more than you value yourself. And these are Apple products. And if you are going to follow the history of Royce Losman, he doesn't like Apple products. So the lady who was the friend of Royce Losman, referring to Royce Losman that he values broken Apple products more than he values himself. Royce Losman said that it was an insult, but it was something which was true. He spent so much amounts of money to find a repair person who is going to handle Apple products, but he can't spend that amount of money to sort out his health mental issues. That's exactly that's why I used that example of why I eat out and how many restaurants have I tried to eat out in, and at least to come up with a decent restaurant. So it's the same case to you. If you are that individual who is in a bad job, who has a bad employee, so should you be sitting there and not even trying to find another employee? You just being still and waiting life to happen for you. If you are in a bad relationship, are you going to sit there and just wait for God from heaven to come and sort out your own issues? If you are in a bad career, are you going to just sit there and wait for God from heaven to change your career? You need to take that personal initiative to find something which is going to work for you, and it's not to be, you are not going to try it for only 1 time, 2nd time, 3rd time, 50th time, and then you say these things are not working out. If you really value yourself more than the shoe which you go out and buy, more than the car which you are going out to buy, more than the residential property which you are going to buy, then you need to invest yourself, and you need to invest yourself more than how you invest in these shoes which you are going to buy, this car which you are going to buy, this residential property which you are going to buy. All I do understand is, if you are going to buy a piece of land outside there, you don't only go and buy the first piece of land which you find out. You have to look for other pieces of land, compare the merits and demerits, then come up with the final products which at least is going to work for you efficiently. That should be the same case on how we treat ourselves. You should not quit at the first moment. You should not stop at the first juncture when you encounter an obstacle. You need to go further. You need to pursue until at least you come up with a final product which is going to be of much help, which is going to help your financial status if it's a good investment advisor. If it's a car, it's going to be a car which is decent, which doesn't bring you more problems. That's how we should treat ourselves. That's how we should treat ourselves. We should not give the products, let's say we are interested to buy, more value than we value ourselves, whether it's mental health, physical health, and the diet which we take. All those things which we consume and do affect our bodies, they need to be taken into much consideration as how we buy other products such as cars, maybe cooking oil, whatever products which we are interested in. That was an amazing video, and it shows that I'm guilty of that. Sometimes I don't value myself as much, and I do believe other individuals who don't value themselves as much. For instance, if you want to go to a gym, most individuals may quit at the first instance, but when it comes to going to apply for, let's say, someone worthy, going to a club, some individuals may decide to search out all clubs in town and come up with the best club which they need to go to. But when it comes to finding a gym which is decent to go and train to, they can go in the first gym and find it's not that interesting and they quit at the first instance. But when they want to find out a decent club in town, they can go all over the town, they can spend the whole day, they can spend the whole month, and they never ever quit until they find out which is the best club which they need to attend to. If they are interested to find a nice residential property, they can go and probably find a property in a poor neighborhood and be satisfied that probably in this area there are no good properties. But when it comes to something which of no value to their life, for instance alcohol, they can go and find a place where it is alcohol which is being prepared is the best. So that's how individuals treat themselves. So my question is, do you value yourself maybe more than your employee? Do you value yourself more than the current career which you are employed at, which is giving you depression, which is giving you hard times to think straight? Do you value your car more than you value your health? Do you value your family more than do you value your family? Do you value your car more than you value your family? Do you value friends who are of not much benefit to you more than you value your mental health? Those are some of the questions which you need to ask yourself. So before I quit, just go out. Louis Losman was explaining that video eloquently. I have been kind of staggering here and from here to there. So you need to go out and get that information from that video. I do believe it's of much importance. Thanks for watching. See you in my next one.